Hello everyone, I'm Sahar Gharachorlou. I'm a life coach, a metaphysical therapist, and an author of 2 books. My second book, Because Life Does Not Heal, is about real case studies of past life regression cases I have done with my clients and the insight that transpired from them. If you are interested in this topic, then perhaps this book would be of some value to you, or at least you would enjoy the read. But today I want to talk about and answer a few questions about past life regression. I have answered a lot of common questions, but this is something which has cropped up very many times. So I thought, sharing a case study and also explaining a little about it will really help those who have interest. So the question is, do we always come in human life and human form? Have we ever had any other form other than human life? And the other question is, does our gender change? How do we recognize someone from the past life? So let's go one by one. Have we ever had non-human form? Yes, of course. We may have had many types of lifetimes, from plants, animals, gems, rocks, basically anything and everything, insects, sometimes even alien, belonging to another dimension or another universe or another planet. So it can be any kind. I have encountered almost all kinds in my practice, including I have seen some of my own. We can also have mystical lives, let's say a peacock, a mermaid. So we call them mystical lives because these are the beings in between the two worlds, or the gatekeepers of the two worlds. So some of us would have had those kind of experiences. And then another question is, what I want to really clarify first before I move forward with all this question is, please understand life is synonym to consciousness. So for us as metaphysical therapists, and actually in reality, it doesn't matter if you see wood as non-living or a stone or a rock as non-living. Everything is living, but their growth is so slow that we do not witness their growth. Growth means, even let's say a wood or a tree trunk. First a tree is growing, then the tree dries up and the tree trunk remains, and then after some time the tree trunk is also dried and it burns, or it just gets totally destroyed and goes back to earth. So in life, this whole cycle of coming to full bloom and going back to death and then coming back again from there is actually life, because it is consciousness guiding it, and it is consciousness that is holding or destroying the life. So all these non-living, the so-called non-living, hold consciousness. They hold the energy imprint. They hold the memory. And then let's, for an example, say that if there is a stone or a rock on a riverbed, and let's say someone like me who's an energy healer goes there and picks that up and holds and taps into the consciousness of that, and I can retrieve what was the origin of this stone. Did this come from and get evolved over, let's say, thousands of years? Was it from a volcanic eruption? Did it break down normally from a mountain? Was it always there in the riverbed? How many people have touched it? All those information can be retrieved. So you see, for us, everything is a living thing, because there is consciousness and there are memories and energy imprints in it. So if we go by that, then every non-living or living has consciousness and can hold on to memory, and we could have been one of those. Let's say out of 804 past lives of my own that I have seen, about 30 plus have been non-human lives. Now today I also want to share a case study, but let me first answer the other question. Does our gender change? Yes, of course our gender changes. You can be a man or a woman, male, female, in any lifetime. When you are a non-human, you can still know whether you are a feminine or a masculine. Let's say if you are an animal, you would know whether you are a feminine or masculine. And then, how do we recognize someone from the past? Or when we see someone in a past life, how do we know if we know this person and who this person is? You recognize the soul through the eyes. That's why they say the eyes are the windows of the soul. The eyes do not change. So when you are in a past life session, you recognize the person by looking into the eyes. Now that these are answered, another thing I want to clarify is that as human beings, we have the awareness of our consciousness. So we can decode feeling, we can decode belief systems, we can analyze, we can diagnose, we can apply logic. But any other form of life, even though they have consciousness, because they do not have the awareness of consciousness, they cannot decode feelings, they cannot decode memory, they cannot analyze, diagnose, and then conclude anything. They just go through the experience, remember the experience. The energy imprint is there, but they do not analyze it like we do. So this is another very important piece of information I wanted you to know and have. Now coming to the case study, it's a very interesting case study of a gentleman, a young man who called me over the phone. The consultation was a telephonic, and with a lot of hesitation, he told me the issue was about his sexual urges. So when I started asking questions that what happened, he mentioned that for the last 1 week or so, there is no sexual urge, and there is no, physiologically also he doesn't feel anything. His body seems to have just jammed. And then I started asking more questions, and then he said he has met a lady recently and with whom he's talking, and then it has been few months, and it happened that last week they were having some kind of an intimate conversation over the phone, and he felt very high and things were very nice, but exactly the next day from there he couldn't feel anything. So when we digged and tried and see why this happened after the intimate talk on the phone and after how he felt for the first time with the same lady, we went to a past life of 2 spiders. The female spider, visibly bigger, and I think it was the something called the black bride or something like that, the species, and the male spider, which was him, was a smaller spider. And then to his disbelief, he saw that when the mating happened between these 2 spiders, then the female spider actually ate him up. So now his consciousness associates intimacy with this particular soul as death and the end of life. And hence the body had jammed and had gone into a shock after the very intimate conversation they had over the phone, resulting in him being high or whatever. I couldn't believe, and in fact we both couldn't believe. So anyways, we did the healing, the therapy was done, the reprogramming of the subconscious mind was done, all those things which I'm supposed to do was done. And then of course I really wanted to know if this is truth, and I asked him also to go and check it out on Google. So when we both checked on Google, actually spiders, after being intimate, after mating, the female in some species, which the black bride seems to be one of them, they actually kill the male spider so that it does not mate with another spider. And we exchanged the information, and it was quite interesting and quite shocking because it was evident. We could find it on Google. And then I told him, because this was such a unique case, I told him, please let me know if you would be okay, whenever you would be okay, because I want to know how effective this session would have been for you. And within 48 hours, he told me that he's back to normal. His body is behaving like a normal man, and he was quite happy to know that everything is okay. And so was I. But I just want to share with you how powerful our past life memories can be. And when we encounter the souls with whom we need to heal and with whom we have had such a strong connection, how things can get triggered and how our mind, body, feelings, emotions can tell us that something needs to be healed. We just need to pay attention. I hope you find this interesting. And if you like it, you can comment and let me know if you would want to know more such stories, which are real stories. And if you need any other information about past life regression, inner child therapy, or you need any sort of help or some clarity on some topic, you can always comment and let me know. And if I am in the position to help and answer your queries, I would definitely do that. Till the next time, see you.